Emily and I have gone from having bath times be the stuff that nightmares are made of to quite a calm, lovely, soothing, relaxing time. So yeah, we just wanted to share the biggest thing and some other little things that have made that possible, and hopefully that is helpful for some other people who have a baby who isn't into bath time. We started off using like a pretty standard bathtub. Emily showed some signs of not being very interested in like lying down. I remembered that my dear brother over in Germany, his kids were bathed in what looked pretty much like a bucket, but I have since found out that it's like an actual thing. We managed to track one down. It's called the tummy tub, and she's ready to get in. Some of the stuff that I have found very helpful is just having everything set up and ready to go. So we've got like a nice cozy situation going on here, a towel, our favorite baby wipes, and also a nappy for when we're done. This is our favorite body wash. It's good for sensitive skin, which our little darling baby definitely has. Here is our tummy tub, and it's all ready to go. The ideal temperature for baby bath is between 37 and 38 degrees Celsius, so we're looking pretty good there. We'll show you how it goes in the old tummy tub. One thing that I have definitely noticed is not a very good way to get bath time started is with a hungry baby. Sometimes all of the best laid plans and the perfect temperature water, it just has to wait. You just have to start again with a baby that has enough food in their belly. We found like with the more traditional baby baths, or at least the ones that we more commonly use in Australia and probably the US, the baby baths where they're lying down. From like a really young age, Emily has liked being upright. So like it makes a lot of sense that she's not gonna necessarily love laying down in a bath. She just hated it. She just absolutely hated it. There's a lot of surface area, so there's like a lot of their body that's gonna be above the water. You're spending extra time just trying to keep them warm and keeping the water going over them to make sure they're nice and cozy. So the water reduces in temperature super quickly. This thing can stay warm for like 20 minutes. So you can bath them, and then if they're relaxed and having a nice time, then you don't actually have to take them out straight away. You can let them just enjoy it. We scored this on Marketplace, so good. But I do have a link in the description of this video if you are interested in picking one up for yourself. The first time we put Emily in this, she was just like standing upright, not bending her legs, like, what is this? But she was really, really quick to go, actually, this isn't so bad. And I just was singing to her and trying to help her to be calm. And eventually those little legs just softened and she just relaxed into it, and it was so cool. And because the bottom is this like rounded shape, they go into the fetal position. It is really, really comforting for a lot of babies. And there's something as well about like the way the sound bounces off of the walls of the tub that is like a very echoey, comforting sound for a lot of babies. We are so stoked with it. It's been an absolute game changer for us. Happy with this purchase. Something that can be really nice to add into the water, which we've done when we've had some spare breast milk. I've been doing a little bit of expressing, pumping breast milk for the future. There've been a few times that we've left that out on the counter or something like that. And if you ever do that, keep it, put it in the freezer and label it for like bath. It's really, really good for their skin. So if you add it into a bath, it's like beautiful. It's a beautiful little thing. Waste not, want not. Now, I wonder how much the temperature has gone down. Unfortunately, that's too cold. So naturally, I have just made the water too hot. And I can tell that because I've got this very clever little duck in here. It's currently flashing red. I think that these little things are worth their weight in gold. So right now it's telling me it's 39.3 degrees, that's too hot for a baby. It does feel quite lovely to me. It's not good to judge it based on your hands necessarily. I'm sure people who are not first-time parents probably are better at not worrying about stuff like that. But for me, I want to make sure it's the perfect temperature for my little sweetheart. This duck flashes red until it's the correct temperature. Still too hot, but that's all right because I have a baby who is still eating. I'd love to know in the comments, how has your experience of bath time been? And is there anything that you found super helpful when bathing your baby? It can be such a stressful thing. Like before we got this, I was dreading every bath time. And so as a result, Emily wasn't getting bathed very often. Not that they necessarily, like babies don't do much to get very dirty. She's certainly not having a bath every day. And I mentioned that to our doctor and she was like, oh, babies don't need a bath every day. They can have like a bath every second day. And I was like, she is not having a bath every second day either. But now that we have this, it's just so much less stressful. It takes such a smaller amount of time to prep this bath because it doesn't need anywhere near as much water. The water stays warmer for longer. And thankfully, I have a little duck to tell me that now is the time. So we'll see how little darling goes if she's ready. She's not really drinking anything anymore, so. Because of the shape of it, their head is like resting. Little burp, is that better? Oh, you're a bit more relaxed now. So their head is like resting up against the back of the thing. So you can really just hold on with one hand and then you've got your other hand free. Just a tiny little bit on her tiny little head. And this is really nice. No nasty, yucky, gross stuff in it. Some stuff that is marketed as baby shampoo and baby soap or whatever, the fragrance in them, I find so... Look at how chill she is. I find so intense, like for me as a grown-up human person. That's just me. So chill. There's the fill line on there, which when you're putting the water in, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be high enough. But when the baby goes in, their body like raises the water and then the water's kind of like just a armpit height. She can have a little splash about and she doesn't really do that yet, but she will one day. I cannot even begin to describe like the difference between the blood curdling screams poor little Emily was letting out in the other bath compared to this. She doesn't necessarily love going in the first moment because it's a bit of a shock to the system, I guess. And especially because she was just pretty much snoozing on the boob before this. But yeah, oh, so much nicer for her, for me. I'm so happy that I don't have to feel like I'm torturing my child anymore. It's a win. It's a big, big win. You happy, baby? You happy? It's good, hey? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Very sweet. I was really nervous that she was not going to enjoy being in water. We live in Australia. We love going to the beach. We love going to the swimming pool. We love any body of water that we can get into. So I was like, oh, I hope this is not like setting her up for a lifelong hatred of being in water. But yeah, now she's so chill and seems like really enjoying just being in the water, looking around and peaceful. And yeah, we often sing Edelweiss, mainly because it's one of the only songs so far that I know all of the words to. That's the thing for us to work on. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. That is a level of happiness that we never ever saw after the other bath. That's for sure. Are you happy and relaxed? Oh, that's lovely. So yeah, get one of those. Get a tummy tub. It's an absolute game changer. What do you reckon, Emily?